And we begin 13 News at noon with breaking news. We've just learned an officer is dead in Randolph County after a chase with a suspect. All of this happening at US 36 and US 27. Ashton Hackman is live in Lynn, Indiana. This is near the Ohio border. Ashton, you just heard from officials there. What did they share with you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Felicia. We were told all of this started as a chase with a suspect that was in a stolen vehicle, and it's still a very active scene here just north of Lynn. This is on Highway 36 near Highway 27. You can see the dump truck and that van there off in the distance. That brownish colored van is the suspect vehicle in this situation. Again, an officer, the town marshal of Lynn, killed this morning while deploying stop sticks during this pursuit. We were told that it started with a Randolph County deputy spotting that stolen vehicle and then headed eastbound on 36 toward Lynn. That's when the town marshal deployed stop sticks along the roadway, and the suspect vehicle then went off the road, hitting that town marshal. He's been identified as Bradley Fisher. We're told he's been in law enforcement for the better part of 25 years. A suspect, a woman, was taken into custody. She was taken to a hospital to be evaluated. We're told she will then be transported to a local jail to continue this investigation, where she will eventually face additional charges. Now, all of this happening around 8:30 this morning, again, as you are approaching the Ohio border on the eastern part of Indiana along Highway 36. It's been closed for some time as this investigation has evolved. We are told it is going to stay closed for at least the next 2 to 3 hours as state police, the Randolph County Sheriff's Office, and other police officers piece together what led up to all of this. But again, a tragic morning here on the eastern part of the state. A town marshal from the town of Lynn killed while deploying stop sticks during a police chase. We'll get more and pass it along to you, Felicia.
Okay, Ashton, I know you're still working to learn more from that scene and hear from officials. We'll let you have an opportunity to do that and check back in a little bit. New this afternoon, the body of a missing Greenwood man has been found. Police say they found 33-year-old Tyler Wagaman's body along with his truck in Owen County. The sheriff's office says they are now handling the death investigation. Wagaman was reported missing on June 14th. The Johnson County Coroner's Office says his last known phone ping was on June 17th. Wagaman's family described him as a gentle and quiet man. Well, this afternoon, the Hendricks County Prosecutor's Office is sentencing a man to 55 years in the Indiana Department of Correction. Darius Tolbert is found guilty of murder in connection to a deadly 2024 shooting. 21-year-old Carlos Jair Neri Guzman was killed in that shooting. It happened on March 5th, 2024 in the Eagle Crossing neighborhood. Neri Guzman crashed into the back of a home after being shot. Another man, Jeremy Briscoe, was also sentenced to 45 years in prison for this shooting. Okay, we got our breaking news on our headlines, and now we have our weather forecast. It is very sunshiny out there this afternoon. Meteorologist Lindsay Monroe is tracking it. We're still feeling this humidity.
We are a little bit, yeah, and the good news is kids headed back to school today. At least several school districts here locally. We had a pretty nice morning, a little cooler. Now things are starting to heat back up. I think we're headed back to, most of us, the low 80s later today. Things are having some improvement, especially from 24 hours ago, as we've been watching the sky really clear out. Yeah, lots of sunshine. We do have a little haze in the sky, though, and you might notice that. A lot of that from remnant wildfire smoke still lofted up in our atmosphere. It is just high enough, though. It's not really creating much of a breathing issue from an air quality standpoint, but that's something we'll watch out for you today. Otherwise, temperatures outside right now, 77 in Indy. We're at 76 in Shelbyville and 78 in Bloomington, but we're comparing these dew point temperatures to where we were this time yesterday. They really are the downward trend. 64, feeling pretty good. We're going to plug those numbers into the muggy meter for the rest of the day today. We're likely going to stay in this not so bad category, pretty close to comfortable. So something to look forward to for the rest of the day. Now those dew point temperatures will jump a bit as we get into the evening and eventually overnight tonight. Otherwise, feeling pretty good. Forecast for the rest of the day. If you're headed out to Everwise Amphitheater this evening, looking at mainly clear skies as temperatures fall back through the 70s. Eventually overnight, The 50s return to most of central Indiana. Got another dry day for your Thursday, but we are watching some increasing shower and storm chances as we head closer to the weekend, especially for your Saturday. Coming up, we'll break down the latest timeline of those showers and how they could impact your weekend plans in your full forecast.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. And today marks the first day back in the classroom for 5 Central Indiana school districts. That includes Perry, Meridian, and Southport High Schools. The district is coming into the year continuing their district strategic plan from last year. They say that plan helps schools increase test scores. Wayne Township schools also starting up today. So this is one of the largest school districts in Central Indiana with over 15,000 kids. The superintendent says the district's main focus is teaching and learning as well as supporting educators. The start of the new school year is also coming with some new changes for Indiana students. No more cell phones during the school day. That's because of a new state law that took effect earlier this month. The law effectively bans cell phone use during the school day. Most schools already require phones to be powered off, stored away, and inaccessible during the day. Lawmakers believe by banning phones, students will get a better education.
And parents expect their kids to come home educated as well. And we know that this will help them socially interact with each other, hands down, and certainly keep their attention on their academics.
Any device that can send messages or connect to the internet are included in the ban. Most schools have their individual phone ban policies on their websites. We have a breakdown of nearly 15 of those on our website right now at WTHR.com. And there's a lot that families can do to prepare as more kids head back to school in the next few weeks. So I am breaking down some of those ideas in this week's Parent Squad. It's available on demand on our streaming app. And a community call to action in Anderson is getting a nationwide response. Last night was the first meeting of the Corner Table. It's a new initiative to mentor kids in Madison County. This all comes after a shooting earlier this month that injured 6 people. An 18-year-old man has been charged. Dr. James Dixon, an Anderson native and healthcare executive in Utah, says decades of violence on the same corner moved him to act.
You see, over my lifetime, there's probably been 19, 20 different people whose funerals I've gone to, attended, that were injured, shot, stabbed at that same corner.
Local educators and leaders were joined by celebrities including NFL Hall of Famer Mike Singletary and Olympic legend Jackie Joyner-Kersee. The next meeting is in person at Anderson High School on August 29th. That's when organizers will take a closer look at how to make connections with young people. And 2 weeks ago, city leaders approved a controversial data center on the east side, even after the defeat at City Hall. Some Irvington residents are not giving up. Last night, they discussed their remaining options, including what it would take to challenge the D.C. Block's decision in court. Organizers say they are recruiting volunteers, sharing information, and raising money for a lawyer. They're also urging support for a separate citywide moratorium on new data centers. That vote is set for next month's City-County Council meeting. New developments in an Indiana primary contest separated by just 3 votes. The Indiana Recount Commission decided Paula Copenhaver could not bring in people to testify about voting in the Republican race for State Senate in District 23. Incumbent Spencer Deary has declared victory. The commission will go over the challenge ballots in August.